Hello, my name's Anna Marie and I wanted to talk about carbon budgets, both the global carbon budget and how we can use that to get to a personal carbon budget. So here's a quote from Greta Thunberg talking about how carbon budgets need to be the centre of our new currency. So what is a carbon budget? So it's an amount, it's the amount of carbon that we can emit to stay below a certain temperature, so 1.5 degrees. It's not a flow, it's not like a waterfall where it's a continuous 1 tonne a year forever. It's an amount. You've eaten the cake, it's gone, that's it. So how much is it? So the IPCC said it's 420 billion gigatons of CO2 from the start of January 2018, and that's to get to 1.5 degrees with a 66% probability of getting there, so 2/3 chance. And the uncertainty on that is about 1,000 gigatons, so twice the actual budget. So if we said that's our global budget, to get to a figure for a personal budget we could just divide by the number of people on Earth. So we could say 420 billion tonnes of CO2 divided by 7 billion people give us about 60 tonnes of CO2 each from the start of 2018, if we shared it equally between everyone on Earth, which sounds like a fair way of doing things. So to get an idea for how much a tonne is, if you ate meat for a year, that would be a tonne of CO2 that you'd used, or if you bought 3 laptops, that would be a tonne, or flew to Greece and back, that sort of scale. So on average, UK person uses about 10 tonnes a year, so now it's nearly 2020, so we've already used about 20 of those 60 tonnes, so we've got about 40 tonnes left, or 4 years of current use. So that's including everything we're responsible for. So that's consumer goods, share of the UK infrastructure, flights, food, everything. Not only including half of what we're responsible for, which is what the government accounting does. It doesn't include any imports, anything like that. So that's how much we've got left anyway. Is that a fair way of doing things? So it sounds fair, but obviously it's not. We haven't accounted for the fact that historically we've used almost all the carbon budget in the past. So if we were going to be fair about it, the UK population, we used our budget for 1.5 degrees in about the 1970s. So since then we've been accumulating a carbon debt, which we should be now considering how we repay that to the rest of the world, but that's still not even on the agenda. So if we want to stay within our budget, we need to know how much we're using, and at the moment we don't. It's not labelled, things aren't out there. So at the moment we're shopping and we're blindfolded on a very tight budget, which sounds, it's not good news. So what we've made is a tool which at the moment is just an Excel spreadsheet, and it's like a footprint calculator, carbon footprint calculator. You put in your lifestyle and it gives you a number for how many tonnes of carbon you're using, but we've projected it into the future. So we've built in UK policy, how the electricity is decarbonising and so on over time. Obviously they're estimates. So if you put in your lifestyle, it will project that over the next 50 years and give you a total budget. So you can do that, you can use that and you put in your current lifestyle and it will give you your current temperature rise if everyone were to emit in the next 50 years what you're going to emit. For the average person in the UK it's about 3 degrees. And it will separate out what you're emitting so that you can see which bits of lifestyle you need to change and when you need to change them. You can have a play, I'm sorry, I'll change that in 5 years, no, that's not enough, I need to change it sooner, whatever it is. So you play around until you get to a place where your lifestyle changes, in addition to government policies, will get to below 1.5 degrees budget. That's it. So feel free to have a play. The website is at myinnerplanet.weebly.com, and you can download an Excel spreadsheet, or you can do it online, and that's it. Contact if you've got any questions. That's it. Thank you very much.